Ihr Gesprächspartner ist zurzeit leider nicht erreichbar. Bitte hinter...
Alright, welcome to the program. My name is Abman Kota, and you are watching the Tpn TV and Radio Network. As we are all been see the flyers and the ads we put in social media on this particular day today. We get a very interesting discussion. What we get for do this get for do with about the APC party. It's all about the APC party today. We all know say in 2007 the APC party came to power and we ruled for 10 years, and unfortunately the people of Sierra Leone says they want to try another party, we in the SLPP party within a power today. But what we want to do today is waiting at the way forward for this party, the APC party. Who side the mistakes they? How we are willing for make we able reform we party, because indeed waiting the people of Sierra Leone tell we say we make mistakes. Now that make them push way out. That's not something where we all agree on for say we must have made mistakes that make them kick we out. So now how we get for identify the mistakes then they and try for reforms them so that in 2023 we will come back and tell the Sierra Leonean people then say, you know what, we are ready, we are sorry, the mistakes they won't say we make, now we don't reform, we want to go further. And I get on the line with me two notable groups within the APC party where they can discuss about the way forward. We get the NRM, when the president of the NRM, Mohammed Sheridan Kamara, and we also get now the Rapid Hunts Unit. We get, the president at the time for reach and back, he just they try for flash me at the time for reach after this introduction. But right now we get Mr. Sheikh Sankoyila, a call from Canada. We get Mr. Ibrahim Fode Sise, now the secretary for the Rapid Hunts Unit now from Sierra Leone. We get Sister Rugi Bangura, we now from London. Now, them people here we get, and we want to welcome them all, gentlemen and lady. Thank you very much for taking the time for Canada program. So now let me start with the NRM, Mr. Sheridan Kamara. You've been on Canada recently, and a lot of people that then give comment on with the statements where you say not bad comments, but good comments then for the wonderful job where they do and for make sure say we force the leadership of the APC party for make the reform. So a lot of people then give comment. Then we bring back Mr. MS Bangura, where now in at the head of the Rapid Hunts Unit, and instead of a lot of people that then give comments. So we say okay now. Since we get two sides to a story, let we bring una all together. What is the thing where you feel say, Mr. Sheridan? What is the thing where you feel say now in right now lack na the APC party where you defend for make the APC party reform? Oh, hold on. It seems Sheridan just go off.
Ihr Gesprächspartner ist zurzeit leider nicht erreichbar. Bitte hinterlassen Sie ein...
I don't know. Sheridan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. I think you go off. And Rugi also go off. So what have been trying to talk about? So what now you own fight where the fight for make the APC do or in terms of reforms?
Yeah, well, basically, what we stand for, now for see a reformed APC party, a reform party, and one of the things so critically we say is very, very important at the moment for address are the APC constitution, because the constitution of the party now includes the states, the rules and regulations of the rules and regulations as to what person for do and what not for do, and as to how the party for be run. And if you take into consideration some of the things that will make we lost the last elections, then things that they do at the very constitution we would use what are the 1995 interim constitution. So therefore, when we lost the elections in 2018, we do a retrospection. We look into the things we make we lost. We do a research. We go across the country. Thereafter, the answers that will come out, one of the things that we clearly did that the way how they choose flag bearer, the way how they choose symbol carriers them forward constituencies and other levels. So therefore, people strongly advise or recommend that let us forget about the selection method we would use for get we leaders them. Rather, make we always refer to people at the constituencies them. The ordinary man at the street. Make them come and can say this person now want as flag bearer through a delegate conference wherein and will get the opportunity for vote and be voted for. For choose flag bearer, for choose people and for representing our parliament, for choose and councillors them, and for choose city council authorities them. Yeah. So this now something we will take up after don't do a retrospection or don't do a research from the comrades them where they na the party across the country. Many of them they will meet or talk to will travel around the country from Kailaon, take time dead God reach now. We put together a report, we submit it to the party, say these are the findings we will get. A lot of just the issue of selection or election. There are lots of other issues. But the one we more germane in the whole fight all the fight in the reformation struggle and forget the APC constitution reviewed and for reform the party. That is why we've been champions say let us have this constitution reviewed or let us therefore develop a more democratic constitution. And that will only push all this while we will say let us have term limits in the constitution. So we will get one person for be chairman and leader for life. It is wrong. We will get one person for be chairman and leader for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Whereas other people and they will go for staff. Some people will keep quiet and ignore. Some no will keep quiet. If not able to talk in the open, but it will become disinterested. They don't care no one for no. Because if you say they don't deprive them the opportunity for making himself come he can show your own talent, for making himself contribute he can perform. That is why we are calling for a more democratic setting wherein we get a fair play. Everybody go for come and do as much as possible according to incapacity. APC will say na a socialist party, and if we believe say na a socialist democratic party, we will open up the party, we make a fair play system, make everybody able to get as much as possible based on what he able to contribute or based on the contribution and incapacity. But let we all hold on to positions even when we cannot perform anymore. Yeah, we continue for hold on to positions. Then at the end of the day, we select people who we say, and then we answerable to we. Whether they're capable of perform or not capable of perform, the most important thing, and then we'll say yes sir or yes ma'am. And therefore, we'll go ahead and select them at all times. This is what the NRM is against. Because if you look at the reasons only for the election, one of the main one, yeah, now voter apathy.
Okay.
Not that say APC not get a number, or we get a number.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you go ahead, Mr. MS Bangu. I just don't join now. Go ahead.
Okay. One of the reasons we make was elections, not that we not get a number. No, we have the numbers, and even as we speak, we still have the numbers. We get the support. Even now with the opposition, we still get support past the ruling government. Everybody running across the country. Yeah. But the fact remains, there was voter apathy. And one of the things we call this voter apathy, now the way how we choose to flag bearer. Many people were dissatisfied with the process. And because they're not being happy at all, some go sit down and fall and fall foot, they already participate, and I go try it. Some go back and the industry, they let them burn them, we then go, then say, hey, make and let's go try it out in flag bearer. Someone goes to make it keep quiet. So we see voter apathy. If you go to Naton Kolili, one of the strongest base them of APC, look at the low turnout we did. Look at the number of votes we every people not on Kolili. Even Bomboli, look at the number of people who don't vote na Bomboli. Can't na Potloko and Cambia. Cambia of course will get a factor. But the truth is that Petito is very, very, very popular more than Kikewa na Cambia. But because they've all been vexed, especially in the first rounds after the Bakeni convention, because they've all been vexed, especially in the first rounds, if I want to say they're not going to participate effectively in the process, and therefore their supporters them, in Badaya, other people, they are full and full foot. We see what happened. We saw in Putloko, they born APC close them, born APC flag, born APC thing them. You get me?
Yeah.
So all I think they send signs and for sure say people were not happy. So what the NRM is saying is simple. It is in line with the vision or the views of the people. All what we are saying, okay, fine. The thing we cause the voter apathy, and because people they say they're not satisfied the way how they choose the leader or this or that. Not that say Dr. Samuel is not qualified, not supposed to be up to the task. We know everybody against her. We don't visit her many times as NRM. We also don't talk. We don't get problem with her. But all what we they call for, all what we they preach, we are saying going forward, when it is time to choose the flag bearer or when it is time to give symbols to other people, make them put the box. If they put the box, like that time we go to McKinney for that convention, if they put box under, they put the box, all man see where they vote, the legal and can vote, and of it then counts. In the presence of everybody, believe me, whosoever for win that convention day, the other one never gets no alternative, but for can support the winner of the convention.
So here
so that is why we are saying,
okay,
going forward, make we open up the process. Whosoever knows say he wants for be flag bearer for the party or he wants symbol like constituency, go and talk to your people. Go and meet the people. Go and talk to the delegates. Let them come back and say, this is the person that we want to represent us. And when once they vote for you, we NRM now, you this so, red flag, oh, this or that, so I believe say, Rapid Hunt and others, I believe they will all go can collectively and support that person there for make a return back to State House. But not go want to forget the situation again, wherein we grab overnight again, we select one person say, this person is flag bearer, put them for other people then they all go vex back. And when they vex, we go continue for them in the voter apathy, we go make we continue for lost election. Yeah. And this is what we are against.
We get a lot of people then at the phone, so we'll be able to shorten the time. But last time, I think about 2-3 weeks ago, when the Rapid Hunt Unit, Mr. MS Bangura, within this program, he said he supports Una. The only problem we get with Una is the method in which Una want to go about and trying to make these reforms. What's in your take on that?
Okay, we don't make it clear over and again, yeah, that leadership need to concede to nothing other than demands, yeah. Reforms all over the world not come in a silver platter. Reforms all over the world, no they should no more than take place just like that. Now people go for trigger reforms. Now people go for ask questions, and most times they say, oh, they disagree with the method. Maybe I say we one game time where NRM person on grab now today it costs for mama. Then show you one good instance where another person don't go to a party office and it costs anybody a mama or challenge anybody if it tell anybody. But most of them disagree, they say they disagree with the method because they cannot disagree with the message. And because they cannot disagree with the message, but they want to disagree with the message, so therefore the only thing they can do now for say, oh, we will not agree with the method, not for say the message not followed by the method. What is wrong with the method? Would I ever cause person? Would I ever not person stick? Would I ever demonstrate? Would I ever burn APC property? Would I ever destroy any APC property? No. But because we are asking tough questions, because we are taking up the leadership of the party, they don't want to talk the truth. Like for instance now, if it's today digital, we do a letter to Anesbel Kuma, one of the chairman and leader, or to Payansane and other people, we ask critical questions. They say, pardon. What are the CTI? I don't understand. What is wrong with the method? And we on position, not to people who are the establishment, we don't want to accept reforms, but dictate the method for use for achieve reforms. No, they should not be the ones dictating the method we for use for ask for reforms.
Okay.
We've been very diplomatic throughout the process, very diplomatic.
All right, let me bring Mr.
Whatever set person, whatever cost person.
Okay, Sheridan, let me bring Mr. MS Bangura. Mr. MS Bangura, you are waiting Mr. Sheridan Kamara say, he say, Nekuna tell whose method way wrong, way then they try for do, they no one they cause people then are streets, they no one they attack person in the streets, na tough question and they ask and they want for reforms. Waiting are you take?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I greet you now with respect. I greet you, Mr. Sheridan, and God bless you. I join the line where you've been to try to explain waiting at the policies them way do the division at the party. But simply for come, like I break the bone to waiting at the question. The word method, of course, some of we, not only me, will be the talk say we dey against the method, not to the reform request we dey against, but the method will be against the way, not you, Sheridan, but the way the other young folks in the reform, been the talk say, let them fire don't go, make the fire them go, make them left, make them hand over, they no able to do nothing, that they're responsible. The blame was accepted for say, then fire the executive, even we na the rapid, this now we point of contention. The way the symbols were distributed, of course, the way the flag bearer process took place at McKinney, all counts, and we be really seeing a reason for let the reform come on board. But this reform, we been get a doubt on the reform because we been can understand say some disgruntled people them when not been go through na the process. Now they been there underneath they try for support this reform for make some of the fellow them waiting at the reform put the wrong question what we refer as method. Asking the chairman because of the failure say let he resign, let he give up. That's now one of the reasons we been there against automatically. Asking the Secretary General, the Deputy of the whole executive for resign. Not you, Sheridan, but the others and the way they put them in question now a way where we not be agree with. Yes, some of them have been there well reasonable enough. Una not cause. Una disgruntled the way the process took place. Una say it not take place the way we're supposed to take place in a democratic way. This na a reason where some of we they talk me in particular say we are more reformed than the others. But there are some colleagues from the from the reform where they come to me, PV them they talk to me all kind talk where they feel for talk to where they're not sabi me, and I can tell most of those people for say I have a clear record in the party.
All right. Well, let we move on. Mr. Bangura, hold on, Mr. Bangura. Because of time, let we do it this way. Waiting at the method where you, as a president of the Rapido Hunt Unit, want for make everybody, including the NRM, supposed to go with?
Good. The method we go for go with, we all don't study for say the past executive, some of the people that they be making mistake. Now it come together for let we all find the way forward. Like the process what they are request for, you see some of we in their absence will support for selection and consultation, especially selection, was not a bad clause in the constitution, but it was banned like how they say they misuse them. So they have all the right for make them remove them because for any black executive na the APC, if we then get the opportunity for select, the process not go well. So if the NRM say let the selection go away, let election stand, I was part of them in support. Even in the CRC, I supported. Sheridan know that. See, election is the right method. So now the only way we may feel for now a togetherness, let we all go for one word. Because these are the people who are going to take over the party after the elders. So let us take time and do things. We should forgive the elders for any mistake they must have made to find the way forward. For let them take processly, make them take over the party, not even now to tomorrow, but little by little. If you ask me now, this is a new method.
Okay.
And I preach to all the rapid hunters and make nobody no go against the NRM them, but with the disagree for some of them point away in the put. And I think say to we the rapid hunt, the disagreement to the NRM is over. Because the executive don't take a decision in favor of their will. So we are happy.
All right, thank you. Let me go to Mr. Ibrahim for the CC. You didn't ask Sierra Leone, and after that, maybe I ask the same question, Mr. Sheridan. You didn't ask Sierra Leone. The political situation at the country today is very, very untenable. But, what you think say now we as an APC they make mistakes for try for make sure say we message is consistent, mature, and at the same time very, very respectful to the people there. Because if you go meet people then today as alone, a lot of people they're very, very mature. Sometimes you can't talk to them. He not go answer you, but where you go, he go take you the way they talk. Waiting at they see a lot of people then within within the diaspora in particular, some members of the diaspora, when are APC members, and then they come out and say, let we go burn this, let we go burn that. Do you think we must refrain from some of them things and try to focus on how we better than the SLPP?
Who are you to talk to now, me?
Yeah, for the CC.
Okay, Ibrahim for the CC. Is he
yeah.
on board?
Yeah.
Ibrahim for the CC is on board, and also because now 7 o'clock's a long time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It don't on board. It's supposed to be on board. Hold on, let me see.
Yes.
Hold on. Oh, you don't go off back. You don't go off back. Okay. Well, let me redirect that update to Mr. Sheridan Kamara. Sheridan Kamara, what is the best way with
yes.
APC supposed to do? Because there are a lot of people the way they talk say, well, APC now they don't resort to that.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Ibrahim don't come back. Ibrahim, hold on there. Sheridan don't. I've been asking you question before you be not go off. So where Sheridan done now you, Mr. Sheridan, go ahead.
Yeah, you say what are the best way?
What's not the best way? What's not the best way? Where APC is supposed to go with a message where effective and consistent instead of this, ragtag. That they cause that they say this, how they say that. We're not able to get a kind of a conformed message. What's not the best way? Where APC
yeah,
supposed to
yeah. Make I tell you, and I want to say this clear to listeners and back who they listen around the world. Most times, we at NRM, people they frown out we because we want to be sincere and say and call things by their name. How see them, yeah. Believe me, the way how the party they go, the kind way how the executive they run the party and all that stuff, and the first thing we need to do, if we not try for reform, we try for get a formidable executive for move this party. 2023 elections for make we win is very very difficult. Most times, I can see my colleagues them being on WhatsApp, Facebook, we might be fly to America, and hey, don't fly back today, don't fly back today. We didn't go to Ghana, hey, don't fly back tomorrow, this and that. I ask myself many times, I say, how are they concerned we? If I make a fly day and night, if they fly day and night, you need to go to make car with, now we they have, yeah? All we need for do, not of us on WhatsApp and other places, criticize all day, talk all day, make this, make that day, more go attack now, or look this person. No. Make we focus on our position, make we reform a party, we get a new executive, a very, very, very formidable executive, an executive who able to challenge the ruling government, an executive who not get bones and encompass them, an executive who not get anything for fear. An executive who will look at the ruling government, look at the president and say, Mr. President, you are wrong and we are going to challenge you on issues. Yeah? An executive who is able to defend the APC people there. But believe me, the way how they go right now, with this current executive, we are not going to achieve that.
Okay.
We are not achieving anything. So all three things so for do, in the first place, we need to reform our executive.
Okay.
We reform the party, we reform the party, we get a more democratic constitution, we reform the party, we get people who have new faces and fresh legs.
Okay.
We are not saying, MS Bongo has also on the dictionary about the executive. We are not saying the current executive for go out. No, of course, they are comrades as well. They don't contribute so much to this party. Nobody they ask them out. Yeah. But people we hold on to positions them, we have very important positions them when they cannot perform anymore. Yeah. And now they can clear over and again. And if they come and we won't die in the party. We all let them, we accept in contributions so we don't give to this party. But believe me, he cannot make a very good chairman anymore. He cannot. Because he's now a statesman. He doesn't have this country very well. International community respect him so well. Even if President Biu continue for misperform, he can't even misperform so. Even if he continue for misperform, Alex Belkoma, chairman and leader of the party, will never come out in the open and challenge President Biu on issues. He will not.
Right.
So therefore, what is wrong? What is wrong if we say you step out, let our face come, and of course you know you're able. You don't hold so much to that you don't get the energy again. You don't get the energy again for able to challenge the SFPP effectively as an opposition party.
Right.
So therefore, what is wrong? If we want to give way to other new faces, strong people, we can get the capacity, when they catch up this party, make people pull the people out of Governors in 2023.
Okay, let me bring in Ibrahim for the CC. Ibrahim for the CC. This naso we comrade when Sheridan naso you say what's na you take. This question was originally for you. Ibrahim for the CC.
Oh God.
He on the line. All right, Ibrahim for the CC. I know if he on the line, we not hear you. We not hear you at all. Right. Okay. Well, now it is time for reach me back. So I don't know, but it's hard to say. Let me turn her off and Brian come back. I don't know. Hold on. All right. Let we move on. Let we go to Mr. Sheikh Sankoyila. We all know say Ibrahim.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, are you online now?
Yeah, you there online, but it's not like say you dey. I don't know why you cut off too much. You dey be there waiting. Sheridan been talk about the political situation of the country.
I get you loud and clear, sir.
Okay, so what are your own take based on what you hearing from comrade?
The first of all, greet una the panelists there and sir listening of them. Greet una swear evening. Actually talking about the executive currently in the country, when the APC executive, I dey give kudos to them. Regardless of the tyranny and midst of the political and treason in the organization, whether they go through, considering the commission of inquiry who gets at present, if they're not calling a ACC, they will call in a CID. Considering the judiciary way then they still continue for bastardize. Above all that, then they put the heads there above water. Yeah, it's not far from waiting they try for talk for say, really indeed, there are big challenges. If it happens for say, the owner, the deputy chairman and leader of the party, Minkailu Mansare, una okay agree with me for say, it get hard matter. And from there again, now the ACC, when a hard case, and from there it gets an issue surrounded by the commission of inquiry. And when you come back again to the owner, the chairman and leader, himself again don't spell out for say, one the position where you hold. 10 years, the peace process in Sierra Leone, it was fragile. It needs a foundation, it build upon them. And for no other means, you know go on for let Sierra Leone drag into the mud. So like expecting that to the info be a leader where then they do then terrorization there. We get an issue of my 91 where hearing them they kill somebody when a Okada rider talking about the 14-year-old Bobo at Sonko Limba, talking about the Charlie where they kill Nalomli, talking about 32 MPs the way go petition against SLPP, and then you have the petition against 10 of them they don't kick the House of Parliament. The 2018 general elections, where see the online cab in Dr. Samura, but you will see Kamara, even Honorable Paolo Conte retired, they make a petition, all the matter stand still. Why make would they see say they're not able to take the front line? Not forgetting again the owner, the youth presidents, when are honorable by Mahmoud, them and they have been ham-cheered because of their position where they hold, and at the same time the case they will be against them. So like if you want for press one button, assuming that you want for press the green button, SLPP they press the red button. And now, as I say earlier on, the judiciary they don't bastardize them. Then they determine.
Because of time, let me make a follow up. So what actually we supposed to do as a party? Because we know say all the tactics that they go within the SLPP.
Fortunately for me, we give a contribution with regards to this constitutional review. It can happen for me again. The Secretary General of ASMEG, which comprises of Fragment, Red, Sun Media, and Rising Sun, and other affiliate entities to the APC. We consider one thing we're very much challenging now the party. One, this dual responsibility. You go be a minister at the same time you be an executive somebody. We for one will be considered as for saying a threat. You know they're able to carry out a function effectively. And at that today we don't see. If you only people and consider the information no more only limited to time limit to that for be chairman and so on, we'll be look at and beyond that. And there should be again a retreat some of the recommendations that will be give. Because today there are certain executives them where only people them consider no more the national executive. Regional, district and constituency executive, there are so much challenges. Meetings themselves, people know they call. Pass something happen no more na party office, then call general meeting. So these are all challenges. But if we go at the NRM, they're only centered no more to the aid, then forget concern about for say again the Limsden, they're not important, I'm afraid. And the other statements again where Mr. Sheridan make for say the old folks then for come out. Sometimes you need again people of high experience. Football league where
I must say that maybe you not get the point clear. That is not my statement.
You not say that. You not say that. So
you not say so. You not say so.
Yeah.
What I had in saying some of the old folks them therefore retire. No, that's what I have for me. That's not the notes now we are saying. Okay, I'm sorry concerned about that if he be indifferent from that.
Okay.
Or forge ahead.
Okay.
But like question at me on point here, I want for me clearly. These people, though we need a reformation, but sometimes again in a team, we so much need again people of high experience we will give you the necessary direction because we are upcoming. They say never take an advice of the person who has not gone through it.
Let me ask you then, Mr. Because you are the secretary for the. Let me ask you then, if we need people then, you not also think say them people then they thinking because of the toxic situation at the country when then they focus on more. You know if you say then they become more effective in standing at the back and try for push the one the way actually they try for do the reforms or they have to be before because you talk about say when we press the button the SLP press the red button because most of them people here they were members of a government where right now the SLP and they try for which ones then can be so effective like a person who don't get nothing to do with this commission of inquiry. Nothing say more of an effective way.
Well, now that makes some of we now ASMEG will give a recommendation for say, let's copy start like the ANC na South Africa wherein they consider for say the party executive now then are the commanders them. Anybody so far away then give a position in a soldier man. So like the party executive then get so much power for hire and fire. But here you know they see you na chairman or deputy chairman they carry again a position of ministerial. And he may be an ambassador at the same time he be again an executive person.
Yeah.
So I go able to carry out then two positions there effectively and efficiently.
Yeah, definitely you are right. 100% you are right. Now we go to Sheikh Sankoyila from Canada. We know say quite recently there is a brouhaha where been go on when the Basharia Mosque. The Basharia Mosque we know say na mosque where a lot of people, a lot of political leaders and then they go there, but unfortunately, Dr. Samura and Dr. Julia then go meet up there. There was some kind of a problem, and a lot of I mean they follow up a lot of comments on social media and say, well, right now they want for tense, religion into politics, which is a very very dangerous thing. What do you think, say, now we as a Sierra Leoneans supposed to do for try for separate religion from politics? Sheikh Sankoyila. All right. Hold on. Sankoyila, he did? Okay, hold on. Let me see if he did. Yeah.
While trying to get him. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, he did. I don't know, but he didn't at the active line. Well, let me pull him off and call him back. So now let me go to with sister in London. You there, Sister Rugi?
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank you very much for that. You know, we all know say we all know say civil society they play a great role in any political situation.
Yes.
Okay,
I've been
Mr.
hearing everything. I say I did loud and clear. And no, now you not been get me.
No, I will not hear you. I think say you be mute the phone probably. So I can't to you. So let me go to Sister Rugi in London. See, we know say civil society then they play great role in any political environment, especially developing democracies like Sierra Leone. So we don't see say civil society where the government in power, where they not like hidden in power, then be very, very effective in criticizing that government them. But when the other government where they like they in power, they relax. What's not the danger for the very civil society? Because if we not get strong civil society, independent civil society, then our democracy is handicapped.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you plenty. Thank you for getting me on the podium. So, in terms of the civil societies, these are people that are very important where they're supposed for in any country or community. But for them to be able to practice effectively within the individual roles, they're supposed to be able to provide services based on the people's best interest. For them to be able to achieve to provide services based on the people's best interest, then for try, make them dissociate themselves and make them not able to seek interest to any political parties. So if they're able to achieve, to let them be neutral and independent, they're not able to associate themselves or seek interest to any political parties, then that will help them to let them able to provide independent and accurate services. So, but sometimes the danger where the civil society gets, so the one day where it gets intention or the one day where they seek political interest is that the moment they're able to seek political interest, then their role will become compromised. They will compromise their role because they're not able to follow the rules and regulations of their practices, where they're supposed to give to the people then. And for the moment their roles are compromised because of the party where they probably try to seek, what thing they happen is that their work don't become very selective. Selective in a sense that because they're not able to provide accurate services. So their work or anything where they want to do is then subjected to the party where then they seek or where then they support.
Okay. So let me make a
the work not subjected to the party where then they support, it means that then they're able to lose their credibility. They're not able to practice independently and accurately because any services where they want for give to the people them, they get for subject themselves to the party where they don't surround themselves. And when that happens, what thing therefore happen is that they're not able to provide effective services to the people where they're supposed to provide the services to because their work has already been compromised.
Yeah, I definitely. But let me make a follow up on that. Do you think this current government, Madabio in government, because there is a bill that is going to Parliament where then they try for reform the civil society. Do you think this government actually encourage the corruption of civil society? Because if you are actually a government where you want for strengthening civil society, which is one of the attributes of a good governance and a good democracy, you go make sure say you focus and you focus on how for reform that you think say these governments actually try for strengthening civil society or try for weakening them.
Well, sometimes it all depends on how they do them. Because if I say they try for weakening that, I might not have enough evidence to support that. But sometimes when someone they try for provide accurate service, and it gets threats at the back door. It gets humiliation at the back door. It gets intimidation at the back door. Sometimes it restricts the effectiveness of the services where they want to produce. And if that be the case, you can realize that young people and they sometimes can become a bit mute. Mute in the sense that although they are capable to provide the service, but the pressure and they get at the back, yet it is inhibits them, it stops them and able to provide effective services.
Okay.
So in terms of mother bills in government, I'm not able to say exactly then people are in the go through then things there. But they might probably experience it at the back door.
Okay. All right. Well, let me go to Sheikh Sanko Ilai again on the political, saga in terms of religion. We all know say religion as alone we're very, very tolerant. if Christmas come, you not gonna know whether na Muslim, you not gonna know whether na Christian. Everybody they go there. If pray they come, that the same thing. But it seems like because of the toxicity of we politics, we don't try for infiltrate religion and try for gain points one way or the other. What's are the danger?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. I want to thank you this evening, Mr. Mankota, and all members of the panel. Your question actually, I don't know if I understand very well how to separate religion and the politics.
Yeah, exactly. That's the question.
If that is the question, they say you cannot separate religion and politics. But the only thing, the role player, the players, then they make the game messed up. Because if you look, the religion and politics now something that's interrelated. The politician, they rely on religious people and they need them. And religion need a power where they protect them, where they supporting them. So, but the issue of Sierra Leone today, so on this case, you cannot. Because even at the Western world now, who we mean a Muslim, when in time of politics come, all political parties, they try for visit any Islamic center, because they know, first of all.
Yeah, if you know the talk, just mute your phone, please. All right, mute your phone, please. If you know the talk, please. Go ahead, Mr. Sheikh. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, even now, when Western world politicians, they go now with different Islamic centers. First of all, they get trust in we to say if they gain a majority in any Islamic center, we reliable. When we say we get you able to convince we forget we own love, or you able to bring a point where they make, because we now know they follow politician. First of all, we want to know in a different location what you they bring for we ask different questions, what you go be no beneficial. So if you able to convince we, then we let what you bring to we reliable.
So let me make a follow up on that. We all know, say, in the Western society, we get institutions the way they protect, the integrity of politics and religion. We not get that in Sierra Leone. So don't you think we supposed to minimize the interference too much?
Well, even we want to. These people now are the try for talk to the dishonesty. What we get in Sierra Leone now is the problem. Dishonesty. Because you cannot push reliable people in institution like ruling a country where they need God-fearing people. When they say religion, politics, Muslim, Christian. So how do you push religion away? The minister are Muslims, some minister are pastors, some minister are this. It depends how they execute the job. We in Sierra Leone today, the people are not reliable. Now that's at the time for. Then before I come to the issue of Basharia mission,
okay,
you're not going to separate them. If you say separate, it means would they stop the politicians from going to the mock system, or we stop the Islamic people? Them.
All right, let me go to Basharia Mosque. Bashara Mosque because of time. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it is actually forbidden for let somebody, especially a person of character? Okay. They don't go off back, but I'll call them back. So you think say that person they need for contact the imam before ever he go for Gopore, or it doesn't matter?
Like me, a member of the Basharia mission, you understand?
Yeah.
I've been there when the leader, the founder will be there alive, you understand? Mm-hmm. For go pray generally, for go pray, you don't need for give any invitation for go pray now any mosque.
Correct.
But in a political criteria, Anybody when
yeah, go ahead.
to anybody like what will happen there, we are know during the chief imam, where a minister or elder one come for prayer, as far you know belongs personally in that mosque, you therefore book appointment say at the camp prayer today, this Friday. And when you book appointment, then go see the cabinet, they sit down, they approve that, and they announce that to member of the Jama. So, and let we behave. And in fact, Basharia now get a political party, one political party, all political parties did it, as I tell you, we not say about separation. But for a figurehead, you need for give appointment say at the council time,
Okay.
because they know say you know belongs to Nadam Dajama, and we need for you a big respect and protection about what happen, let it not happen. And with the time, they not ever collide. Two politicians
Right,
not ever collide.
Let we move on.
What?
Sheridan, let we come back now
Yes, sir.
politics. Let we come back now politics. We all know say the APC.
No, please, moderator.
Now that they talk.
Mr. Mangota, MS Mangura.
Okay.
Yeah, can I buttress to what thing we check don't talk about it, because me too I'm a sheikh in the Islam. You understand?
All right, you get 1 minute. You get 1 minute before we move. Go ahead.
Good. The policy, like when you ask the question, you cannot separate the religion and politics, because God Himself, na in talk na the Quran, says, "Tabaraka alladhi biyadihi lahul mulku samawati." God is the leader. God is the person where the benefactor of either. The only thing when you get to talk word for support him, a president, a speaker head, not is go na a mosque. When you don't go na a mosque, you go there as a single person for go pray. He can pray, go. But in the case of the vice president, when I be acting president at that time, he go pray. After the pray, he want to go take the podium, and it was wrong.
No, but
hold on. He give me too short time.
Hold on, Mr. MS Bangura. But the vice president not there today. But based on what we understand, what he talk, he say that ask him for make he address the people there. That's what he say.
I don't feel so. I
No,
don't feel so.
that's what he say. Na a video.
No, accept that. No imam no day. We could not get a visitor. A clergy, a politician visitor. Then at the same time, when somebody can he come, they have time for make it come. Then I let them say, why lonely Mukajidena? You see, the one that we know is supporting at the pro. I think that the vice president say, no imam. I know they defend the imam, but I don't think any imam they would.
No, that's not the question. Hold on, please. We are listening. That's not the question of Mr. Mankosa. Mr. Mankosa, or what his concern is. Mr. Mankosa say the vice president not in a happy day. In talk say that the imam them ask him for say something. Ask for say something.
Well, I think no. If you listen the video where the imam come on police, where he can brief na the mosque, he tell you that brief. He tell you say then the vice president say he just come for pray. He want say 2-3 words. So they all if he say so, this the imam say back.
Yeah, well, that make sure say I want for represent the two people then. So let we move on. Let we go back to Sheridan. It's very, very important, because the most important thing about this discussion today is how APC they come back na power. How we will come back na power is very, 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 very important. Now, here is one of the things where I believe say most of the people that we know say na potential candidates where they under investigation, they may never going to run for this party. They able to succeed because the SLPP are bent on make sure say they disqualify them based on the constitution. Sheridan, I agree with you for say yes. This reforms business is very, very important. In fact, now the most important thing for make with reform. But 2023 is coming, and we will not even have any definite date for convention.
Hello?
Approve. You hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, Sheridan, you hear me?
The line break. You see, what are the question?
The question is, 2023 they come in about 3 more years, because well, actually 2 more years, because the third year now election year. So 2 more years, we'll not even get a date for convention. What do we get for do as a party for fasting these reforms here? If we want to come back in power, like what you say.
Yes, well, the way forward is simple. In other words, if I get you clear, that's for the way forward. All right?
Yeah.
Fine. We at the NRM always don't maintain that the way forward for this party, the things that we need for do going forward, we will give you the strength for able to pull the SLPP out of governance in 2023. First, we need to reform the party. We reform the party, we reform the 1995 constitution of the party, we pull all the bad practices them, we will make one person gap in the witch hunting company, we will make one person gap in the do some things for excluding company out of the process, make we all come as a family, make we work as a family. This constitution, we go on a local as the party don't propose, we go adopt the new constitution with a more democratic face, we adopt them, then we get them as we work into. Then I want to tell you one thing. The second thing we actually say very, very important after the reformation of the party, we need to get fresh faces them for run the party. I understand when my brother be the comment just now, I think I don't miss the name, the one African I
Ibrahim Fodi,
Ibrahim Mr. Ibrahim. Fine, Ibrahim Fodi say when you comment, you say well me say for pull them pardon or whatever. Yeah. Assuming without considering that not so apply exactly. What's wrong if the people we don't hold positions for the past 10-15 years, but they're not for deliver again, they're not for perform again. What's wrong if they give way to fresh faces them, people will get the energy, will get the zeal, will get the knack for challenge the SLPP in and out for take up the party leadership. What's actually wrong if we for achieve that particular dream day? Make I tell you something here. When they make an analysis, it talk about people say, oh, the one there, they can carry Matare, all day, they can go on CID, they can go on anti-corruption, this, that. We all know the challenges they are. So going forward, it is the strategy of the SLPP. Most of the leadership at the party, they get those for pick with the current government. Yeah? Because they always can go CID, they are the CY, or this or that. When they push them out, they will sacrifice them because of now you don't get problem, you want to push them out. No, that is not the call. But the thing is that we got to be sincere. If you not say, oh, I'm holding this position, but going forward I cannot perform, I cannot deliver. Therefore, when we go to a convention, we expect forget new people, new faces, we expect to not get anything for tell them. We expect to not go for anything absolutely, or come and take off the party, because then go for look at the leadership of the SLPP, then go look at the government, then go look at the president, and challenge our own issues.
Okay.
But believe me, the current leadership of the party, they cannot do that. Because at any time, we all know, as Congress them, at any time, when you talk anything against the current government, they must do something against you, then go arrest you, then go CID, then go arrest you for anti-corruption, they can go CUI. And if we continue like that, we say, oh, let me use them as a shield. Then believe me, we will continue in this mood. 2023 camp, we look for reform the party. 2023 camp with the same old players, the same old faces them. We always with the battles with SL people to their own personal issues them. Then at the end of the day, we will sacrifice the party for protect the interest of the individuals them against the interest of the general people, of the general membership.
Okay, we get now, we commentators them. Please, Mr. Kabo, just ask a question, no commentary at all. We can have the commentary after this discussion here. You get any question for any of the guests?
Yeah, I get a question. Thank God. This is Kabo from New York. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everywhere, anywhere you find yourself. I know we get 3 or 4 outspoken APC gentlemen. I'm a freelancer. I don't belong to nobody. I only Sierra Leonean, a patriot for that matter. My concern today is I know Mr. Sheridan is out of this question, definitely, because he's on the other side of it, which I like. Congratulations, Mr. Sheridan. But the other guys, the Rapid Hunt and the other guy, Freeton, I get this question for Una. At what point in time where APC came up with the idea of with this clause of selection, and what happened when they take this idea of selection, and was an Eskroma and others were selected? If so, why you need a convention to deselect these people?
Okay. All right. All right. Well, first of all, before, hold on.
Interesting question.
Yeah, hold on. It's very, very interesting. But before I pick somebody for make it answer this from even Sheridan is probably also entitled for your answer. But based on what I understand from Mr. Yansane, because Mr. Yansane don't come at this radio station many times, as we all know. The idea of selection happened, I think, in 1995 when the NPRC began in power. They just don't kick the APC in power. So there was a threat for say they're not for come together as a group. And the time for the election therefore come in 1996. So they changed the constitution just for accommodate for let them able to. All right, if you they are mute your phone, please.
You're breaking up, Mr. Mankosa.
Mute your phone. Somebody is mute. Okay. Okay. I'm breaking up.
Now, maybe
yes, Mr. Mankosa, I'm waiting for the answer. I'm ready, prepared.
I think say accidentally it go off. Let me bring and come because he want to know exactly. Let me bring the one we asked the question. Let it come before we answer. Then I will give you now all chance. Just 1 minute for let we come. All right, Mr. Kabo, you don't come back, right?
Correct. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. This now something will happen in 1995. This one, what you understand. Now they then change the constitution for make them able choose their own candidate. But let me start with Mr. Ernest Bangura. What are you take on this question?
Good. I tell Mr. Kabo, thanks once more again today for meet up. Yeah, although he say in a neutral person, yeah, but I think say the question when Mr. Kabo asks Sheridan, now the same question where Sheridan don't explain the reason why then now the NRM ask for a change of executive. They not condemn the executive because they're not able to work, but then say if at all we want to go forward for make we able to challenge the government of the day, we for put people away clean, we not get bones in their cupboard. I don't know, I might be corrected, I can be corrected.
The question was about the selection.
Now there they come. The selection being come, now let me be used to what say they misuse the selection, they bamfer the selection. Where the selection being come, if people, 2-3 people and come out for one thing, then the APC will take this decision, say among the 3, we can select the best out of the lot. The person what we know say he able to meet the people because simply I the place on the party. Some people in the way don't hold position at the party, regional executive, district executive, then take the decision they're not able to do nothing because of their connection. So but if somebody do, what did he say? He not have book, but he able to move from one corner to another, he able to talk to people, he able to bring people in together for let the party get common understanding. That person they inequality now they make them decide for selector instead of election. But election is also playing part. Where 2-3 people can qualify, then they look for the one most qualified where they know say if they able to send the party go before.
Yeah,
now
but,
the point
Mr.
Bangura,
I want to make a follow up on that. Now hold on. Mr. Ernest Bangura, how can you justify for select somebody for go run an election? How can you justify that?
The justification come upon the qualification what the person gets.
But you don't think the people that everybody that the party not go able for identify that person and elect them instead of 2-3 people that like what will happen? Then one person yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, now that Mr. Sheridan don't put say That is why we have the project of meet the people, talk to the people, allow the people to talk. The people, the candidate must be chosen by the people. The people within the area, they know between Sheridan and MS Bangura who is the best.
Okay.
Sheridan is qualified, MS Bangura is
Let
qualified.
me go to Sheikh Sanko. No, Ibrahim, for the CC, because he didn't ask alone. What's your take on this? Hold on, I come to you. Hold on. What's your take on this? For the.
I thank you very much, sir. But you forget me. You ask concern about waiting at the way for the give an opportunity for Sheridan for give comment on that. There is only this one now. The guy need for comment on. But in as much as now in the moderator, let's go back to the 1995 Constitution, sir.
Yeah.
Before this time around, how many people away they began mind for showcase APC during the time where they be draft this Constitution? Now, how much lawyers the way they become up? Let Mr. Sheridan answer me. How much lawyers the way they become up for say for draft 1995 APC Constitution? Wait till they try for review so if he will be get a challenge, people are not begin mind for showcase APC. At the end of the day, people are like Edith honorable. And people are like the Carifo, then they stand out for represent APC in the polls 1996. Will be managed for get 5 seats. Why make if the other people then they force them forgive the symbol, then they reject? So that's now one question where they need clarification for. If we now today we condemn selection or consultation, and mind you, for any action, there must be a positive alternative reaction. Now, even this consultation, this election business in Africa, when I can agree with me, say it is the count that vote instead of the vote that counts. What thing will be of free tomorrow? Somebody gets a money, then put delegates, they don't buy them all the other one are the delegates there with regards to it, not for the masses, their own choice. What thing will be of free tomorrow back?
Well, I think he asked questions them no more.
Okay, I want to all the questions not asked, so like give me the opportunity. Maybe I give you the answer.
Very sensitive thing. Hold on.
I think.
Hold on, please, hold on. This now a very, very sensitive thing because the entire foundation of We Lost One is surround this particular thing. I think so that will make I see this problem here. But to go back to Mr. Fode, CC, we all know say the selection was very, very necessary in 1995. 94, 95, from go meet up 96, like, based on what you talk and I show there's a talk back. But after that, we don't sit down for 10 years, actually. We all know say in a modern democracy, selection is a little bit problematic. Don't you think it is now time for make we eliminate that totally? Mr. Fode, Ibrahim Fode, Sise.
100% agree with election, but waiting at the nomenclature in Africa. Here in there are certain people now okay agree with me say during the 2018 convention, where them they don't already go around, they don't buy delegates them, not because of now the masses, where be we carry the total number of the population, now they be choice. But as a result of the other way they get the veto power for say for do the voting, when are the delegates then we don't go around there with money, then we don't buy them. So waiting will be of way again, which mechanism in place where they don't put in order for like the neutrality go be in place, independence go be in place, people with substance and integrity take the party and take the country at heart, then put them before.
Okay, well, you asked the question, Sheridan, because now in them you talk, Sheridan, can you answer briefly, then question your way, Mr. Fode talk. Sheridan? Okay, I don't know if Sheridan did, let me see.
Yeah, I want to
okay.
The question with the man asked.
Okay, now we go to Sheikh Sankoyila because you know, Rapid Hunts Unit. I don't know if he answer on behalf of Rapid Hunts Unit or you just want for answer based on your own personal opinion.
The question with the man asked is say which side that clause they come about.
Yeah, exactly.
The Constitution. Yeah. So now he may want rough skin pa.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, who side this clause come about, wouldn't they review the constitution? You know, say the APC been kicked by MPR.
Yeah, go ahead.
So wouldn't they kick the APC with the MPR?
Yeah, Sheridan, hold on.
During the time where them people they are take the challenge for bring the APC back, now time where it crucial pass this time now for the election because APC now nobody no be one.
True.
So if he then come for review the constitution, let the people they able get away for kind side. And that moment, that same day, they're not able to make a convention.
Yep.
Where the APC could get a crowd for votes. So because of them turning a few people in now they then put that clause election or selection.
Correct.
So if you wait for the day together, then go into election. So if the pressure pass mark, then they go into selection. So if that thing they then use it work, what in am concerned? It work at that time. It brings the party into power where they can eliminate her. It therefore be very careful. It therefore be
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I want for
do you support the continuity of the selection process?
I not support the constitution the continuity of selection.
Okay.
The selection means now one thing way I be they try for talk to Sheridan in such for the send message to them. African people, we not honest. Even I know say I not competent, I not qualified to this thing. I be able to challenge somebody where I feel say he competent, sometimes I get money or I feel say I get support. So I agree for Pulam, but that clause with the electoral consultation. Because even in Canada, what they did, this prime minister who they empower to, not to election them put up in Papa na the prime minister. But they look into the party, no competent somebody, no they now being teacher. Then bring in the party executive people then they will they consult, they make a decision, they look the candidates there.
Well, Mr. Sheridan, hold on. I bring Sheridan, but I want for there is a concern with this thing we they try to talk about. Based on what they talk about, what happened if the people that they elect somebody and the few folks them at the party when at the executive then say no, not one time because we think say this person not qualified, would they put another person? You don't think say they cause more problem than what happens so? Check. Sankoila.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't think so?
No. And which I want the clause, Mr. Mankota, I agree for the election. But candidates then can come. As me, Sheridan, I read one discussion we say, not based by education, by anything, let the people that make a choice. Some man gets a popular na the area, but you know the quality for serve. Let me see the example. Like me and Sheridan, I know say if he come to serve government, Sheridan far way competent than me. But I want use because of inflation. I get influence to certain what you call make a stand. The leader then go able to do what you make a say. I want leader consultation. Then they pull this level. Then they call them people there. Then try for talk to me. Based on that clause consultation, say man, this is in your brother. Left this man, let it run for this thing.
Okay.
I want the consultation for this.
Okay, I understand. Sheridan, come in.
Yes. The point is clear. From the examples and where you don't give, it is clearly no say selection or consultation is not good for the APC party. Yeah. Now the discussion we brought up will come from Freeton Act Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, we talk say why they count the consultation or how they count the selection. Yeah, from the third encounter. Clearly, at the moment, I think Mr. Ellis Bangura also explained that thing. At the moment when they introduced consultation, selection, it was necessary, and they be able to use them for helping the party for national power to give people a symbol. Yeah, they work at that moment today. When they make laws, then I just like any policy. At a particular moment, the policy will work for you. But at certain moment, the policy will not work. Especially if you use the policy. Yeah, selection inherently or consultation. Not people say that things way bad in politics. Yeah, not too bad that kind of way. But over the years, we don't misuse this selection so much so that it don't become unnecessary, it don't become useless, useful again at the party because they don't misuse that. Let's not forget, so we all are man. The cast don't also today, me Sheridan, you give me the opportunity to say, I have the powers for select anybody I want to select as flag bearer. Who knows who I go select? We want to demand them. That is why we will be guided.
Yeah,
we will be guided by the rules say, so let us allow the people to come and participate in decision. Believe me, you don't trust, you don't trust the decision of electing or choosing somebody who will be the flag bearer of a whole political party and hands of one person or two people or just three people. Yeah. The act of consultation, yeah, when we get the CRC, continuously I ask the question. I think in politics we always consult. I am not against the aspect of consultation, but these are my questions. If you think of consult, what is the end product of consultation? When you don't consult, what will be the end product? And the answer about them from the CRC members, they say it's next. I think we are going back to the same old problems. Yeah, when they consult, I ask the question again: who is going to be consulted? Who is going to lead consultations? You get me? On all these situations, then this last election, wherein there's over and consult people on the ground. Then let delegations them, then go to particular constituencies them, then go do consultations. At the end of the day, they come up with results. So this force in 9 can force, this 9 can second. When they give symbols, then give symbols to somebody who not even stand fifth at the race. So what is the consultation I have?
Right.
What is the use of the consultation? It's not a Kamalu, for example, it's not a Kamalu song, when I say your song in area, yeah, the same goes they do the consultations more than twice. Then we will consult, then catch, they should not go and back, then come make all the same results, say, hey, we will consult to the people, let's say, not just popular once when they get a symbol, then twist that thing, then give somebody else. It don't happen on constitution for me.
Yeah.
People that go to the race, they put them by category from first to the fifth person. At the end of the day, the first person they pull and say get to steam. Logically, the second person don't carry the votes right here. They say no, then three times they won't give person who even can fifth at the race. So the consultation was not useful again to we. That is why we are saying, in as much as consultation about in politics, but because we don't want sincere, we have to carry out the process there. Therefore, make allow the people then make them decisions then.
Now we bring with sister. Now the only female na this group here. Now we get a chance. Sister Rugi.
Yes.
Yeah. You say put you much back on this because it's very very important.
In terms of the selection or election.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Would they hear you?
Yes. What you want to comment on?
In terms of this consultation or selection, do you think it's supposed for there or was need for removal totally?
Well, and as for me personally, I'm not support the idea of selecting because the APC party don't already get negative ideas and they don't do something where I feel they support for reflect on what they do and then try for correct the mistakes where they do. Yeah. Because for like 28 candidates, flag bearers, then SNAP, everybody will come and say, okay, 28 come and SNAP. Then just get for select one person out of the 28. And for them to anger the 27 candidates, then it brings down the downfall of the APC party. So as for me personally, I not support the idea of having to select again, but election will be appropriate for this time.
Yeah.
Because these people are dishonest. Seriously.
Now we go to Ahmed Kanu. Ahmed Kanu, please just question. You know, say now we that the way them question, just the ask question. Then we'll give them translate and answer. Go ahead, your question quickly.
Okay, good day everybody. Shiradan, Mohammed Bangura, and all the rest. The question is that for Shiradan, they stick with democracy in the country and democracy in the APC. And that is regardless of the person in status, whether we go according to the convention with delegates, the elections you stand for, as far as the reform movement is concerned.
Yeah, go ahead. You don't ask the question. Sheridan.
Yes, is this saying that if we go to the convention, if now elections, meanwhile?
Yes. Even when we go to convention and there are delegates, according to to democracy and Sierra Leone as a democratic country, elections is the optimum for choosing our leaders. Is that what you stand for, being the leader of the reform movement?
Yes, clearly, we stand at the NRM that we say the people shall govern and empower to the people. In other words, if we go to a convention, we have delegates across the country. Yeah, and then delegates and they for make decisions as to whether for be flag bearer, and the delegate for make decisions as to whether for give symbol na constituency, na ward, and then at district level for the council. Yeah. So that our position now and they say delegates.
Okay.
A delegate for vote, make the decision.
All right.
Okay, good.
Right.
Now, Mr. Mohammed Bangura, your answer, yes, Mr. Sheridan, is very clear, comprehensive, and it's appreciable. Now, Mr. Mohammed Bangura, you they talk about you're kind of very unstable. You know, totally there with the election process. You know, totally there with the election process. Now, I want to let you come out very clearly which are you actually did, because all what they say is like you're in the middle of the road.
Okay. Yeah,
but we don't know what I did.
Good. I'm not in the middle of the road. Now, understand or not understand, it all look clear. All
now,
these roads is labeled. At the time, listen to me now, Mr. Kanu. Are they in a simple majority stand for say what did the majority call for? And the call for election are also they on them are there for the election. The problem here, all this way with the talk, this election and the executive don't review it under the constitution. It is published. An officer for be labeled on that again because the NRM then don't succeed in their bid for say this election for selection for commot, or the consultation for commot. Now, the two don't come out. Election and selection don't come out. Consultation don't come out.
Mr. Bangura, are you sure the consultation don't come out?
Yeah, that's what I answered.
Sheridan, don't come out.
That's all really. That's all really. That's all really. They say no more selection, no more consultation, and election.
Okay.
That's all they publish. So.
Oh, okay.
That's all they publish. I can be wrong, but yeah, I feel say all two don't come out. They say that election we all don't agree, and they all don't make merriment about that. So I feel say the point here at issue, what we really try for talk. The meeting today to what you understand. Now the way forward, where the Rapidons and the NRM.
Okay, hold on, Mr. MS. Now the next one I have been come for now because Sheridan already don't get you for way forward. So after this one, I have been not asking you question, and I have been giving each one 1 minute waiting at the way forward. But now all the Rapid Hunt unit. But since now you don't bring come, let me give you your own time now for me to go ahead and tell me the way forward. 1 minute. Go ahead.
No, well, I want to make Mr. Kanu satisfied for say another electricity. Election na the first result. Election it gets a positive. Either you succeed for elect the right person or you fail for elect the right person. But it don't be already. Huh?
I say like Donald Trump.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Bangura, I don't know that which I did. I don't know that which I did. And I thank you very much for that.
All right,
okay, now continue.
Yeah, Mr. Bangura, continue.
In a very good APC, I don't know what I did. So I satisfied with you.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Bangura.
Okay, me, like what that I don't allow the labor by election. Election, now we elect. The only thing now risk we take, we elect the wrong person or we elect the right person. The only thing, now we give power to the masses because Mr. Comrade Sheridan, I can tell you, from the word delegate, now in the non-talk, delegates of Sierra Leone, delegates of Africa, they are flexible people where money can buy easily. If they say the people in the area, now they show who that they want, let me say in the MP level, they say they ask the people in the constituency, say, let them bring who that the candidate. Then they bring somebody. But if they pull a thing for say, when go, now constituency, so, when go select somebody, then you invest to a bribe. They can go elect the wrong person. You see? So, but hence selection don't come out, consultation don't come out to what you be understand. If we say the way forward, like what Mr. Sheridan say, the convention, now in they can answer the whole thing. When they call convention, they elect the new executive, and at this meeting, they NRM them behind, say, let we not criticize. Let we call for immediate convention where they could elect even a tentative executive where they run the affairs of the party until the general convention comes. So this in most of the NRM they not be able to understand. I guess some friends they will be the talk say now the point this.
Okay.
Let we call
Okay.
immediate convention.
Okay. Let's move on. Sheikh Sankoila, 1 minute. Waiting are you on way forward for the APC?
I get also for Sheridan before you go always let them start.
Hold on first. Let we done. Sheikh Sankoila.
Okay, my own way forward to this thing, I still get a concern with they try for talk to even Sheridan. Let CEO don't say we not get problem about the election because election now in justify democracy. But
Yes.
my own concern is I read Sheridan done on radio. It talks say no matter of regardless education or whatever, let them give everybody a right. So this points me one question. Their guidelines they get for day before they qualify somebody. Where me want the selection day for smooth out some of the election are instant. But if now this constituency, the candidates they don't count down. First of all, the number is too high. Two, we will look for the competency of them people here, but we don't want to ignore nobody. That I want let them use the consultation, the executive, they come say, but the number is too large. Let we turn down this thing. And then they see me, Shekila, I know I fit in other position, not to on this pool. Then they talk to me with respect for left people they will fit in the pool. Now this concern me get about this election with them people I want to say, let them left the team free. If I happen to be a delegate, I can want like I don't pay me transport, I don't come out, somebody go give me $1,000, $2,000. It depends how honestly I am. So if they can't this way for that. Now immediately after, let them people are concerned check about this thing. Let we not go full of people cabbage tomorrow na government and erect like how the country directs so they not able to do nothing. Then the right people them then sit down they not get power.
Okay.
You don't believe say this same thing they happen?
I go make Sheridan answer that, but well, let we move on. The only thing where I want to say quickly, democracy in error and we get for go with errors and like with the example I give you with Donald Trump. A lot of people then realize that Donald Trump was a big disaster for the United States of America. But it's democracy, so the people they want. If not so the people they want, that's fine. But let we go to to Mr. Fode, Abraham Fode, Sise. What are your way forward?
I thank you very much for allowing us consider let somebody grassroots like me today for giving me opinion. I hope say general listeners then and the listening both home and abroad. And one of me own recommendation na teamwork. Both the party executive, regional, district, constituency, executive, board committee, we all for work as a system. We all for work as a team. Now, meetings therefore they take place regularly, not only when the party gets an issue, like say so person in a court as a case of about George William former mayor, and that of Abubakar Darami when at the regional publicity secretary when they did a court so na the tell the goal meeting waiting for strategize. Then one massive registration for we supporters them. Enough or only decentralized, but then for decentralized and people right now they earn him so much for register who they in opposition than when we they in the ruling. That again go serve as a yardstick for law will know almost not the number of people with them day in support of we, and law will able to know how they cajole more, especially the first time voters them. But a thing of short nature right now, if you go for go register at the party office, it can even take a month plus before it gets you ID card or a registration card. And number two again, for form a formation of a team for reconciliation and consolidation. Because Mr. Sheridan, if my memory can serve me well, he say when them be do the preliminary elections or consultation, there are certain people where them discover for say somebody can for second, third, you all can fifth, nine and give. And one of the posts we made mention of na constituency 122 for tell and say na man where na the ground, where na the strategist man, where na honorable can for it, na a mentor to me, he teach me. So I'm well pleased for let be himself he concerned about that. Say yes indeed, this na one of his students then today na in the talk show. I feel say na a blessing on your own part.
All right.
So like I be part of your own trail for the classes the way be they conduct his strugulation, the ups and downs. I was part of him. So like people always go don't agree because when they go na the polls, he say the ground the way then they do their votes here, they not get integrity. At the end of the day, everything will be of free. Then go into this election. All man very much optimistic. And mind you, the one they will get for come round this time round for this flag bearer, they get for Boku pass the how the way they become up. Because now they consider for saying I fear level playing ground and they don't set. So we get for set up a team, people the way then go reconcile with them, then go consolidate them. Law not get again, possibly go say, me way then cut me ways are not for see me set again go cut their foot, they not go get away for waka.
Okay,
These are
thank you
some
very
of the
much.
sarcastic statements and some of the areas the way that we make to this. And
Alright.
not go why a team of shots.
All right, thank you very much. Now we go to Sister Rudy.
Yes.
Yeah, what's are you for way forward?
Well, the only way forward is start, as I said, just for learn from the previous, just for learn from the previous mistake and try to correct them before time. So instead of encouraging a large number of flag bearers, as which they do the last time, their opinion personally, probably maximum is 4. And the 4 maximum what they get for choose, they get for make a known to them. So because out of the 4 people, and only one person, I ain't get for probably when they do election, I will get for win. So the 4 people are supposed to come together and sign an agreement for sure say in case in a possibility that when they do the election and able to elect any individual, they're supposed to come together and support the way they don't elect. And then secondly again, one thing I'm supposed to think about is that any problem where they're within the APC party, they're supposed to sort them within the APC party, enough for go out. If somebody feels very disgruntled about APC party or anything else, they're supposed to come together and sort them within themselves. They not allow the problem to escalate before they attempt to do so. Okay. And then the third one way I guess is well done that they don't already resolve on that, but this is just my own personal opinion about the consultation. I don't agree for the abolish of the consultation because anything what you do, you're supposed to consult someone else because people can say, I quote, 2 heads are better than 1. So for let them abolish the consultation, to me personally, I not support that. Because it's time for let them consult people then prior to any policy or any implementation or any actions where they consider for take.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Sheridan, you will get for answer quickly. I give 1 minute. Please go ahead and answer Mr. Sheikh Ila. Sheikh Ila Sanko Ila.
Sheikh Ila Sanko. Oh, well, I don't almost miss the question. We he been asked me.
Mr. Sheikh Sanko Ila, can you repeat the question again? I will give you a chance.
Oh, okay. I say I be the try for get in church with them. Anything way, any law way they put, if for put rules and regulation over this law. As you don't, I hear you over radio, you talk, say, regardless anything, education or everything, let them put a fair play for everybody in the APC. I say, I seek over that. Should in case me, Sheikh Sankoila, if you come to governance, you competent than me, but you never been at the ground, waiting at me on take towards the people. And you give me a plain ground, playing field. Then they say no for consult, nobody let everybody go na the pool. You know, think say it's danger for the waiting and call the thing when you want let the consultation be, let the party get power, look from competency on the person. No,
Okay.
You understand. Go ahead.
I don't get you clear. Now the fact is, when we do school, when we do government and history, clearly we know say democracy itself, it gets your own bad side, it gets your negative side, it gets your negative effect. Yeah, we are not saying, or me not believe say, because I believe in democracy, how many parties become democratic, that means say you know get your own challenges. Democracy instead get your own challenges, but democracy don't stand the test of time than any other system around the world. Yeah, and because the country dey, and because the international community always dey help we believe as APC say the international community they all contribute to cross elections. And if they find out say we are all democratic, all the dictator party and all that stuff and they will continue for a country, make we no rise up or make we no win elections. Yeah. Now the people now then get the decision. If you okay say you don't go school and I don't get all kind papers them, maybe you don't forget that kind of level we don't reach, but you popular or something, we go to the polls, you go win. It is the wish of the people. Because it is the wish of the people, many people own their own decision. Yeah, Donald Trump in America. Yeah, now they regret. Okay, there are many regrets. Yeah, but at the same time, people then they still appreciate as their president. They still take as their president. They get elected as their president because now they make the decision. Now the people in decision, now you will go for respect.
Okay.
You get me? If people make decision, and decision. For example, now, if they decide for book, if they decide for experience, they say for intelligence, all that things them. They put Mada Buell and they put Samora, then call people that will know more leadership. They say when they can't assess, when they can't consult and choose one person, then we'll take Samora. Yeah? But the people then they wish, now you go for respect. Because when you come as president, or when you come as chairman and leader, when you come as the leader of the party, that the people can rule. So therefore, we go for learn the practice of listening to the people. Let's take an example wrongly Aberdeen, they also consider to love na free turn. The people they say this person when I get a symbol, we need to vote for her. They say Amani, if I get Amani symbol, we need to vote for her, we go vote for SAPP. So make it very clear. What you say at the party, you say, oh, come on, and the party is popular, not so popular. So which means we need to listen to the people, their own cries. We need to listen to the people, they don't view them, they don't wishes them.
Okay.
So give symbol to the wrong person at the end of the day. When we go to the polls, people that vote against we lost. Then we go to the polls with the people they don't candidate so they want. Make we go us now. Make we blame nobody.
Yeah. Okay.
You coach international
thank you very much. Okay, guys.
You know, say na Canada where the Justin Trudeau come na power by selection.
All right, hold on. I think
to the party.
Even in England, yeah, the conservatives, yeah, the political party, they get some aspects of selection or consultation where they use it. But for every country or for every political party, you get to look at the policy where they use. You look at the system, whether it is operative, whether it is functional, whether it work, whether it's acceptable.
All right.
But for Sierra Leone, this consultation or selection, we don't misuse them.
Okay.
It will work again.
All right, okay, guys, hold on.
Can I say something, Mr. Banco, sir? Can I say something?
No, you get
Thank you,
something. Hold on.
Gentlemen.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You get from hold on. I did give you a chance to let you say something. First of all,
I just want to buttress something quick.
Okay, Mr. Cabo, let 1 minute before I come to
all right.
conclusion. Please, 1 minute.
All speakers, you are very great people. You do a wonderful work. Again, this is Cabo from New York. I have a problem with these people mentioning the diaspora like Canada and some other countries say they do selection by bringing people. I don't want you to compare a policeman in the United States as a traffic police in the United States and a traffic police in Sierra Leone. These are two people are far apart. They are different. If Canada is electing somebody, don't compare their own system of political, their party, the people who are they are very genuine and generous and they know what they want, as to that of the APC. So that's Sierra Leone. Don't compare them. They are two different people. Okay? Don't compare those kind of politicians.
Mr. Cabo,
please.
Mr. Cabo, thank you very much, guys. Mr. Cabo, thank you very much. Well, first of all,
Canada and other places around the world, we pass a lot elections. If you're a chairman, you pass a lot elections. For the good of the party, when sleep